how we keep time. So we're going to open up a login sheet and go over this. I take a lot of time of explaining the login sheet because it is mandatory. Okay, we hired somebody last week. They didn't make it to the end of the week because they did not follow through with the login sheet. It is so important. So I'm going to kind of explain the login sheet and how it works, and then I'll give you a couple reasons of why the login sheet is so important. So, so let's say he's going to put today's date. He's going to put the current time right now. Okay. And then he's going to put what he's working on. So right now, he's going to work on contacting pediatricians via WhatsApp. Okay. So he ends up working on this, let's say for 30 minutes. So now he's going to go and put his end time. Okay. And then he'll put his total time right here. And now he's going to go back and edit what he actually did. So he WhatsApp pediatrician. He already told me that when he logged in. But then let's say he actually WhatsApp 36 pediatricians. So then he would put 36 right there. So we know that 36 pediatricians were WhatsApp. He may also put the cell numbers like, like cell A35 to A55. Okay, that doesn't add up to 36, but you get the idea. If you might just put a few more notes in there so we can go back and see what it is in case there was any confusion, we could go back and check. Now, let's say he decided to take a break. Or no, let's say he's not taking a break. He's just going on to the next task. So he's going to continue on from the same time he left off. He's going to put the time he left off on the last one there. And then he's going to say, all right, now I'm doing a creative for Facebook. Okay, or Instagram or Facebook creative. And he's going to spend again, another 30 minutes working on this creative. And then he puts his end time when he's done. Okay, when he actually finishes it and puts his total time. So a couple things to notice here. We have the WhatsApp messaging on a separate line. Then the creative. Even though he worked that straight like 1 hour, he didn't take a break or anything. He worked the straight 1 hour. But it allows us to see how much time is being spent on WhatsApp and how much time is being spent on the creative. So I'm going to go over why this is important because I noticed that sometimes employees will get frustrated. Like, this is too controlling. This is too obsessive. So I'm going to tell you a couple examples. So the first year this came into play was when we had someone working at the office with us. Okay, so they were like in the next room, in the same room, and she worked remotely a couple days a week. Her job was to answer the phones. That was her job. And everyone else was busy doing other things. And she also had other things to do. But she got so busy answering the phone, nothing else was completed. And we would never have noticed that if we didn't keep this login sheet. So in 8 hours, she would talk to maybe 10, 15 people on the phone. But what we did was change it, and we started to WhatsApp the parents that were calling in with questions. Because you get a parent on the phone, they'll talk for an hour. This is their first baby. This is the first time learning about baby swim classes. They can ask so many questions. So it's from these login sheets that we're like, whoa, we're spending way too much time talking to a single parent, because in 1 hour you talk to one parent on the phone, or in 1 hour you can WhatsApp 100 parents, especially when you have frequently asked questions already to be sent out. You know the question, you send it out. especially when you have an automated message that has like the top 3 questions. Want to see our schedule? Here. Want to know our fees? Here. Want to register? Here. All right. So that helped us go from talking to 8 people a day to literally screening hundreds of people a day. That's one example. The second example was quite recently, as we have branched out into these other 5 states, we have spent time contacting pediatricians, schools, hotels, bloggers, influencers, and we started to gather the results. What was effective? What wasn't effective? Who was effective? Who wasn't effective? In specific areas.